Ordinate dimensioning references an origin and can be created using the Ordinate command located in the Home tab Dimension group. The first step is to define an origin. I'll pick the center of this hole. Two vectors display that indicate the positive direction for the baseline and perpendicular dimensions. This is the baseline axis from which the baseline dimensions are measured. You can reverse the vector if necessary. The other axis is the perpendicular. The Activate Baseline option means only dimensions measured from the baseline axis will be created. I'll activate the Activate Perpendicular option to create both dimensions at the same time. You'll likely activate and deactivate these options to selectively create the baseline and perpendicular dimensions. You now pick an object to dimension and a preview displays. Before placing the dimension, you can right-click to access some options. Notice you can set the Activate Baseline and Activate Perpendicular to control which dimensions to create. The other thing to consider is the format of the dimension and its text. The orientation of the text defaulted to horizontal, and you'll often find ordinate dimensions to be crowded, so I'll select Settings, display the Text Orientation and Location page, and set the orientation drop-down to Text Aligned to Dimension Line. I'll then place the dimension and pick another hole. When placing additional dimensions, you'll notice you can snap its location to align with the previous ordinate dimension. I'll create dimensions for the next couple of holes. This one is aligned vertically with the one above it, which I already dimensioned, so I'll deactivate the Activate Perpendicular option before placing it. For the next dimensions, I'll activate the Activate Perpendicular option. Rather than eyeballing the placement of the dimension, you can also define a margin to align the dimensions. I'll expand the dialog and click Define Margin. Here you can define the margin as an offset from an object you select and a spacing to additional margins. I'll set these to 25, 10, and 2, then pick the lower right corner. In the Origin pane, if you prefer not to click to place the dimension, you can activate Place Automatically, then the dimension is created at the margin as soon as you pick an object. Up to now, I've been creating dimensions one at a time with the single dimension type. Setting this to multiple dimensions, I can create several at once. Another nice option is the Select Only Arc Centers option. I'll activate it so I don't create dimensions for the edges I may inadvertently select. You can even set a filter to select only arcs of a specific diameter. Notice the Allow Duplicates option. With this inactive, I won't create two dimensions when I pick the two holes aligned vertically.